All right, part 2 of this wonderful book, Black Eyed Peas and Hoghead Cheese. I had to have some lunch. Woo! I guess I had some kale, some of the ingredients that were listed in this book, but I had to send out a message to my family and my neighbors. Where's the Black Eyed Peas? Where's the Hoghead Cheese? I hope you had some. And it's not too late to prepare some. Woo! Well, let's see. We're at this next page. So yummy. I tell you, celebrate the new year with some good food. All right. Looks like we have all the greens we need, Francis. Grandma announces, I'm going to cook them with smoked turkey. Ooh. Man. In the kitchen, Grandma cuts the greens from the turnips. She stores the turnips for later, and I wash the greens. When they're nice and clean, Grandma puts them to boil on a back burner on the stove. And now, she says like a TV announcer, it is time to make, what you think, pralines? I don't know. Everything looks so yummy. Yep, the pralines! Hey! I shot at last! That's right, Grandma says. Once we've gathered the ingredients and utensils, Grandma heats the sugar and milk in a saucepan. She hands me the wooden spoon to stir while she checks her list. We need to make the gumbo. Your mom and aunties will bring the jambalaya and the rest. Oh my goodness, talk about some celebrating. What a celebration it will be. I exclaim as Grandma adds butter then pecans to the mixture. Something occurs to me as I stir. Grandma, did our ancestors who were slaves ever have anything to celebrate? Talking about their faith and resilience and their strength. Me woo. Yes, Grandma explains. Even in the darkest days, do you know what they celebrated? I think real hard. Well, they had each other and they had food to eat. Grandma nods. They set aside a part of their Sundays for worship, rest, and visiting. Families came together and in good weather cooked outside. They celebrated the harvest, Christmas, and weddings, and they never gave up hope. That's what I'm talking about. One day, they were able to celebrate the most wonderful event of all, freedom! President Abraham Lincoln issued the Emancipation Proclamation on January 1st, 1863. Declaring that all persons held as slaves within the rebellious states are and henceforth shall be free. The 13th Amendment to the Constitution was passed by Congress on January 31st, 1865, but not ratified by the states until December 6th of that year. Only then was slavery abolished in the entire United States. That's right. And by that time, the foods they ate had become a part of our family tradition. These foods remind us that we are here and we are free because of the hard work and sacrifices of our ancestors. You are not in your comfortable home because of something you've done. You had nothing to do with it. Okay. Woo, so Grandma, we say thank you to them by eating the foods they ate and by making pralines. Grandma nods, smiling as she removes the saucepan from the burner. After we add the vanilla, it's time for my favorite part of making pralines. Careful, Grandma warns as she spreads butter onto wax paper. It's very hot. I drop spoonfuls of the creamy mixture onto the wax paper. I make sure there are big pieces of pecans in each spoonful. Once they've cooked down, we each taste a praline. Delicious. Celebrate, y'all. Family, finally, it's New Year's Day. My mom and dad, aunts, uncles, and cousins arrive, bringing more food. There are hugs and kisses and shouts of Happy New Year. My cousins, what they're doing right now in a group text, they're just showing pictures of the great, oh my goodness, spreads that they have prepared. Not only the black eyed peas, what's that? Bass, crab, shrimp, rice. I mean, oh my goodness, the spreads. Hot water cornbread. You had the greens. Oh, like how come we didn't get the invite? I guess it's for their immediate family. But the point is, celebrate whatever you have in your refrigerator. So just prepare something to celebrate. Grandma and Grandpa are beaming. The house fills with laughter and conversation as everyone shares news and memories. New Year's Day menu. Oh yeah. I think someone made, the seafood gumbo. Ooh, look at all this. Not too late, y'all. After a while, we gather around the long dining room table and bow our heads in prayer. Someone exclaims, "Bon appetit, happy eating." Then the feasting begins. As we eat, I think about the story Grandma told me. It was about our family and those who came before us, about the foods we eat and why. It made me sad, proud, and thankful all at the same time. That's why Grandma's kitchen is the best place to be. There's always good food and lots of love and a story. Yeah, that was the case with both of my grandmas. Oh my goodness. And then they give you a recipe here. Faye's Fabulous Pralines. So you got the sugar, the pecans, the brown sugar, the evaporated milk, butter, vanilla extract. Woo! Wooden spoon, wax paper. All right. And a candy thermometer. Yummy, yummy, yummy. Author's note. Black Eyed Peas and Hoghead Cheese, A Story of Food, traces the origins of African-American foodways or eating habits from point of view of one family preparing for a holiday dinner. My inspiration was my own family and the celebrations we had when I was a little girl. I recall the time I spent in both my mother's kitchen in Los Angeles and my grandmother's kitchen in Louisiana. My family has deep roots in Louisiana, which is why Black Eyed Peas and Hoghead Cheese has a definite Creole flavor. The term Creole can mean many things. It's the name of the language my mother grew up speaking, but it also refers to people in a way of cooking. In Louisiana, the language of food and the culture evolved from the interactions of people with West Africa, French, Spanish, and indigenous backgrounds. And my family celebrations always began in the kitchen. I remember my grandmother's big kitchen being more like a family room. Yes, I can still see my grandfather's rocking chair in the corner. The kitchen was where stories were told. As we children listened to the stories of our elders, we gained a sense of pride, identity, and belonging. We felt love. That's what I remember the most. The feelings I experienced when we were preparing for a holiday. The aromas, the laughter, the singing. I still remember my aunt's laughter. All of my aunts. Yes. As a skinny kid, I did not have a big appetite, but I ate up the stories. Our stories, foods, and traditions are inseparable from our history. Not keeping them would be like taking rice out of jambalaya. Black Eyed Peas and Hoghead Cheese is one small contribution to the tragic, stirring, triumphant history of soul food and the resilient, brave, resourceful people who created it. There are many food ways. Sharing our traditions with others is a way of bringing people together. Perhaps the food your family members eat and the stories they tell represent another part of African American culture or African culture, or your family story and foodways might come from an entirely different part of the world. All of our stories are important, and the best ones begin in the kitchen. All right, look, you all. We want to thank Glenda Armin. She lives in Los Angeles. Oh, she has a son, daughter, and when not writing or practicing the piano, she tends to her garden full of roses. And Steffi Waldhall. Oh, she lives in Sterling, Virginia, and she's inspired by history, film, and science fiction, and she's talented. She likes video games. All right, well, the point is all of us are gifted. We might not have the best culinary skills, but there's no time like the present to make a resolution to utilize the kitchen more, share more stories, share more connections with those who are around us, and commemorate where we all come from. All right, enjoy.